All right, all right, all right, all right, all right. Let's do this. Huh? How are we doing, guys? All right. Get myself situated. Get these shoes off of me. Whew. That feels good. Okay. All right. Did I see what happened in Houston? Aiden, no, I did not. I did not. What? Tell me what happened. Were you talking about those? No, that was in Pennsylvania. What happened in Houston, bud? Tim Black, gonna be a fun game. Time to get wings. Appreciate you keeping me on. I do appreciate you keeping me. Oh, there goes my connection again. You guys let me know if I have a problem. I should not have any problem, but I will unplug that thing and plug it back in if I have any problems. Flying Poopy. Hey, Steve. How we doing, guys? Oh, yeah, I should have plenty of signal. I should be good. I should be good. Gators Tim is here. I appreciate it. Jeremy's here. All right. So who said, oh, Vincent, you're on your way to the game. All right. Matthew's here. Thank you, buddy. Appreciate that. Appreciate. I saw that you upped your subscription there on Patreon. I'm correct that was you, right? I wanted to make sure I'm giving the right shout out, but I appreciate that. Stu is here. Hey, Stu. All right, buddy. Stu, are you ready? Are you ready, Stu? Per our earlier conversation, how you doing? You should be doing pretty good. KL, thanks for coming out, bud. You're heading back home from the Canes game. You're gonna watch all right. Oh, the Hurricanes game. That's right. Yeah. Gators him. Knight looked pretty bad the last 2 games. He didn't look great. I don't know if he looked bad. The first game. I mean, he gave up 3 and then we lost. He gave up the 4th one in the shootout. So I think he gave up 3. Was it 3? The second game was not great. Oh, real quick, what do I think? And has been. I don't. He's just a name at this point until he proves it on the field again. You know what I mean? That's what I think. Oh, Stu, you have a question for me. Check my messages. You talking about Twitter or are you talking about text? Let me see. Let's see. Must not be on this, not on Twitter. Yeah, I have to turn my phone off, Stu, because the Wi-Fi is. Here we go, Steve. Knight always looked bad. They just wanted his jersey hung in the rafters after 2 games. Come on, man. It was 4. It was 4 games. Don't be like the mainstream media and exacerbating and extrapolating things that aren't true. 4 is more than 2. I know that I know you're in the air. They still do math, right? 4 is more than 2, Steve. It was 4 games. All right. Yeah, Vincent. Yeah, the Canes have not played many hard teams. No, I know. Damn, I got an apology out of Steve. Are you okay? That's like the thing, you know how the memes are when somebody says if you're kidnapped and you say something that everybody know you got kidnapped. That's Steve apologizing to me. So somebody quick call the police. I don't know, but I see your comment there twice about the stream buffering. Just keep me posted, guys. You just miscounted. Yeah, I will, Stu. I will. I got you, bud. Once I get the game going back on, I will. You guys, just let me know if the stream is. I've had a couple of little glitches here, so if something happens to the stream, I got the extender right there. So what I'll do is I'll unplug it and plug it back into the wall. So it'll take about 1.5 minutes to reboot and see if the stream had come back. And if that doesn't happen, I'll restart it. But we should be good. We should be good. All right, let's see. Chris, you're nervous about this game, but you think we're going to come out with guns blazing. Absolutely. Joseph Shannon, that's a new name for the channel. I appreciate it. Trocheck going to kill us again? No. That party's got to end. That party absolutely has to end because, first of all, I don't think Stu and I can take that kind of stress in our lives. All right? We're old. They can't be doing that. Enough of that. No Trocheck. No, I mean, if he wants to get a goal and a losing effort, that's fine. I can handle. That's it. That is all I can handle. Yeah, this game's going to be a real test, man. Yeah, yep. For Brunette, absolutely, Dominic. I agree with you 100% there. The Canes are no joke. I mean, I know that they've played, they've played some down teams, but they're still, what I mean. So, and they had our number last year. We can't let go of that. You know what I mean? They had our number pretty good last year to the point where we were begging to play Tampa in the playoffs. Anybody but the Canes. Y'all remember that. So, and it's interesting now because we got to do it with Spencer Knight. We got to do. What's interesting is before the season, we would have been like, yeah, of course we're going to put Knight out there. It's a big game. And now it's like, okay, Spencer, I think he's going to come out and do well. I really do. Yeah, he hasn't had 2 games in a row since last season, right? He hasn't had 2 games in a row. I think that he will take advantage of the opportunity to come back so quickly and play well. And then we've got Monday and Tuesday games, right? I'm pretty sure that we've got Monday and Tuesday games. So if Bob doesn't come back, I'm sure we're not going to play Gibson. So Knight's in for some work here. So if we had Bennett, you'd be a lot more comfortable. Steve, are you joking with me, or are you saying you can't hear me? You can I don't know. Let me check my sound. No, I'm good. I'm good here. I'll sit close. Do you need me to sit closer? Do you need sign language? You need like this? I guess. Real bugged out. I see. Yeah, it's glitchy, man. We got solar flares. We got solar flares going on right now, Steve. So, and that's the truth of it, man. It's been glitchy all day. You guys wouldn't know it right now. I'm fighting. I got a hell of a migraine that came on in the last 2 hours. Hey, here you go, everyone. Hey, Steve. Steve, I called you Steve. Jeff is here. You can hear me. Everyone else is just inferior. That's beautiful. I need to get Steve, Jeff, and Stu in the same show. We've got to do a show because I wouldn't have to say a damn thing. That could be 2 hours, and I could just sit here and laugh. That'd be beautiful. Hey, Rockin' Ray, I appreciate you coming out, buddy. I appreciate that. Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir. All right, George Michael. Is it George Michael without the? I'm good, man. I'm fighting off a hell of a migraine. I do have a hell of a migraine, but I've had migraines my whole life. So I am like people who are like a functional drunk, right? I can have a splitting migraine and nobody would know it because I'm just like, I have them so often. It's normal for me. Yes, dude, that would be fun, man. We'll have to set that up tonight. I saw somebody up top talked about Reinhardt, a Reinhardt hat trick for his birthday, right? That'd be beautiful. That would absolutely be beautiful, man. We need. I want regulation tonight. I want absolutely regulation tonight. And there goes Jeff saying 4-3 in overtime. Well, because Matthias is here, that's probably what we're going to get. That's the first thing he said to me yesterday when I picked him up was the Panthers won again. So that's cool. He's got a phone now, so he can keep up with things that way. All right, let's see. Chris, did the Canes have more depth to the roster? I don't think so. No. I don't think there's a team in the NHL with more depth. I mean, we're missing, I guess Lundell is in now, but we're still missing 2 of our top centers, really 3 of our top centers, because if you count Achari. So we're fighting through a lot right now. All right, let's see. The hell was that noise? Hold on a second, guys. Matthias, is that you? Oh, okay. It's all right. I just didn't know what that noise was. Hell. Please pause while Matthias, what is that noise, bud? Is everything okay?
And my fidget spinner.
Oh, okay. Yeah, no, you're going to have to wait for after the live stream for that, okay, bud? Thanks, bud. Okay. He's got a fidget spinner that sounds like somebody's got a lawnmower in the house, apparently. SoFlo, Matthias lives with his mom. I get him on weekends. I get him Friday afternoon until Sunday afternoon sometimes. And then sometimes he'll spend, a third night. And then like during the summer when there's no school and everything, I'll get him for a third, fourth night in a row. It just works out better because he's in a really good special school, and it's like an hour from me and 10 minutes from her. So she can more than welcome to have him all week and get him ready for school and all of that. And then I get the weekend. So it kind of works out. You know what I mean? Because I get all the free time and she's got the school time. So, but don't tell anybody that's actually a good deal for me, All right, let's see. Where is the real YouTube? Where is the real Ryan Lomberg, man? Absolutely, Rock and Ray. I've been doing this a long time, right? But yeah, I appreciate that. All right, let's see. Anthony wants to know, is Coach Brunette just the interim coach for the rest of the season, or is he going to be permanent coach where we're trying to get right Babcock or Torts? It's going to depend on how we do. I believe that if this team wins, well, let's face it, we haven't won a round since 1996. So you would assume that if we win a round, they're going to want to bring him back. Just because at that point he has done as a coach what no coach has done since. So I would think that we're going to bring him back if we at least win a round. Obviously, we'd all like to win more, but you get to the second round of the playoffs. We would have to lose because of coaching, I think, at that point to get rid of him. SoFlo, is he named after Sean Matthias? No, that happened after. But I can tell you, we had a good time when we walked around the house for weeks telling him that the Panthers traded you. You gotta go. And he would laugh his ass off every time. And what do you do? What are you still doing here, Matthias? You got traded. Get out of here. We had a good time with that. He would laugh his ass off with that. Yeah, Stu was supposed to go to the game. But I guess you're not going then? Well, obviously not. No coach is permanent. Ask Q. You're right. No Torts. Rock and Ray. Come on, man. I don't see how, and I know we have a different view take here, then that's cool. But I just don't. I don't know, man. I don't think these players would be happy with Tortorella. I don't think they would be happy with that style of coaching. And the biggest thing is the words that he said about Duclair. You know what I mean? Yeah. All right. Yeah. Cats, Canes. Yeah. You haven't run around since you've been born. There's a whole bunch of 22, 23-year-old fans running around that have never seen this team win a round. That's for sure. Oh, Stu, so it's a long story, but your company let other people go to tonight because you've been in most of the other games. Yeah, that's a shame, man. That's a shame. You were the only one that brought the damn thing to their attention. It should be Stu and whoever else wants to go. That's how it should be. All right, let's see. Who is the most underrated forward in terms of goal scoring in Panther history that your generation should know about? Underrated? Stu Barnes. Stu Barnes. And he's underrated because we didn't value him enough, and we traded him and Jason Woolley for Chris Wells. And we haven't won a damn thing since. And if you go look at what Stu Barnes did in his career after we traded him, we basically traded a dude that, I don't know if he's got Hall of Fame numbers, but very, very good, consistent, good player for a long period of time. And just was not one of those names that you've heard about in terms of underrated. Stu frickin' Barnes. Absolutely, man. Hey, Tim, that's a good question. Yeah, Stu can answer that. We forgot to talk about that. But Stu knows the answer to that. Yeah, Chris Wells still haunts my nightmares too, Michael. That's for sure. Chris Versteeg. Okay, that's a good name. Yeah, what was that line? It was Fleischman, Weiss, and Versteeg. That was the year that we lost to the Devils. That was the double overtime, right? That was the double overtime year. Fleischman, Weiss, and Versteeg. That was a good line. He was a little bit of a selfish player. He had to really kind of be on. But yeah, that's a good name. That's a good name. Let's see, Matthew, you're 16. You've seen us lose in the playoffs 3 or 4 times. Yeah. All right, let's see. How different in the past if the NHL would allowed us to draft Ovechkin, right? Well, you know, I don't know. And the reason why I say that is because ownership before this group was not good. And you can build around a guy, but that doesn't mean what you build around that guy is going to be any good. Just look at what happened when we had Pavel Bure. All right. I mean, Pavel Bure, for his day, you know, he wasn't the two-way player that Ovechkin is, but in terms of having a goal scorer to build around, we couldn't do shit around Pavel Bure. So I'm not so sure. And I know that was beforehand, but I think that the point still stands. I don't think that we would have been able to build the team appropriately around him in time before he would have said, nah, let me the hell out of here. Hey, Raven, how you doing, buddy? I appreciate you coming out, man. Steve says the Panthers have made the playoffs every year since you started watching them religiously. I guess you're counting the play-ins too, right? We would have traded oven chicken for terrible prospects anyway. The previous ownerships were broke. That's about right. That's about right, man. That would have been one of those, you know, woulda, shoulda, coulda things. Unfortunately, but the owners we have now, at least they want to win, and they've learned to just stay the hell out of the way, which is good. Patrick, thanks for coming out. Yeah, Bure was way more exciting. Absolutely. In terms of just, you know, pure speed and pure goal scoring, absolutely. Absolutely. Yep. And we still couldn't do anything with him. You know what I mean? We still couldn't do anything. And we had, I mean, we still had Beezer at that point when we first got Bure, right? So, but I was right at the end with Beezer. I'm pretty sure we still had Beezer right there. I'd have to look that up. But all right, Raven, yeah, I have fun, man. I appreciate you coming out. Yeah, the Twitter dudes counted the play-ins, right? Okay, that makes sense. Brian McCabe is your all-time favorite Florida Panther, and Duclair is your second. Yeah, for me, it's Jovanovski. I was so pissed when we traded Ed Jovanovski. It's like, how do you trade this guy? That's the thing that happened to that 96 team, man, is little by little we traded guys away, and it just destroyed the fan base. It just really hurt. It really hurt. All right, let's see. Jeremy, you're on your way to the game. Again, pissed about the players eating with Trocheck. So did they do that same shit? Jeremy, I haven't been on Twitter. Did they do that same shit that they did with Yandel and go have lunch with him or something? That's not how we do it around here, man. Well, it is how we do it, apparently. Yeah, Jovocop should have been a lifer, man. And by the time we got him back, the poor guy could barely stand up, let alone skate. You know? So, yeah, got to win a cup before you win a statue. That's for sure, SoFlo. Let's see. McCabe always has utmost respect. The night he broke his jaw and it got many and came back out to finish the game. Yeah, hockey players are a different breed, man. They absolutely are a different breed. Hey, Steve, there you go. I appreciate that, buddy. Thank you, Steve. Much appreciated. People keep listing their spelling Mackenzie Weig or weird. I know. I don't understand it either, man, because you misspelled Owen Tippett right there. I mean, I guess LMO, well, LMNO. It's close. You almost got the right start there. But yeah, either way is good for me. Panthers fan, you like to see Lusterina score a goal. Feel better about the horrible trade we made to send Trocheck and care. That's a good point. That's actually a really good point. I thought we had him a goal there in overtime, but did it ever get listed officially as Lusterinen or Vetrano? I know in my recap I just said they both got a goal. There you go, Steve. Mackenzie Weegar. It's a pretty easy name to spell, though, right? Jeff, yeah, we thought for a minute that Jovanovski might be a coach. I remember when I think his name was mentioned in passing a little bit by a few of us before the Bugner thing went down, right? Rock and Ray said, things are good. You worry about who people have lunch with. Hey, the point with that, Ray, is that, like with Yandel, they went and had dinner with him, and then he came up behind Lusterinen and knocked him on his ass, shoved him on the ground for for basically nothing. And the idea, the thought process being he feels like he can do that because those are his friends over there on the side of the ice. I don't like it during the regular season. That's all. I think during the offseason, fine. But during the regular season, I mean, the two boxers go out to dinner and have a cup of coffee before the fight, Tim Black, favorite all-time non-Panther player? That's a good question. I really liked watching Messier play. Time I got to watch in hockey, Gretzky, Messier, that whole bunch, they were a little bit older. I did enjoy him, but let me think about it. Lindros was fun to watch play, absolutely. Ray Bourque, I liked watching Ray Bourque, even though he was. You're talking non-Panthers, yeah. Those are three guys that I could off the top of my head list, and I had to think about it. I'd have to think about that a little bit more to get any deeper. All right, let's see. I'm gonna go from the bottom. There's a lot of people here, so I'm just if I go to the bottom, then we'll start that way. All right. Cats Canes, Prisky's not an NHLer, missed a lot of assignments. It wasn't great. It wasn't great. You could tell that there was a little bit of hesitancy there. But we got Gudis back tonight, so we should have our full complement of defensemen. So. Fine. Oh, we're back to the 5 seconds boomer thing. All right, guys. Steve says I'm only allowed to spend 5 seconds per question. I'm only allowed to spend 5 seconds per comment. Now, Steve, we didn't talk about this. We have to talk about this. Does the 5 seconds include the reading? Because I got to read the question and then answer. So I got 5 seconds to answer, but I can read. Yeah, there we go, Patrick. Exactly. Meanwhile, I'm sitting here with a migraine. I know, but it was actually fun. It was actually fun doing that for the 1 minute there and again. And maybe that's what we could do, like end the stream with a lightning round like Neil Rogers used to do. Jeff would remember this. Jeff, you remember listening to Neil and he would do the lightning round at the end where he would just, they wouldn't stream the calls. They'd line up a ton of people. And he would just pick up the phone and they'd say whatever they want, and he'd just hang up on them and go to the next one. That was so much fun. And some people said some funny shit. Some people would say some funny shit. Someone say lightning. Dominic, yeah, we need Gudis, man. We absolutely have to have Gudis out there on the ice. It's absolutely a must. No, Canes, Benny is still not back. In fact, he's on IR. We had to put Bennett on injured reserve retroactive, so we had the roster space because we had to bring up Gibson because Bobrovsky's not even healthy enough to be the backup. So that's why. But Bennett is retroactive, so at any point after tonight, he could come back, and hopefully sending Gibson back down because that would suck because he has to clear waivers. He's got to clear waivers when we send him back down. So hopefully nobody screws with us. Yeah, man. If people would call up and he would call their boss a douchebag on you. Yeah, if none of you have ever listened or heard of Neil Rogers or listened to Neil Rogers, there's a guy that has an archive of his shows on Twitter. And Neil was just an absolute, he was before Howard Stern was a shock jock, okay? Neil was just this one guy who was down there in Miami, and he could never really get syndicated nationally, but he was just ridiculous. He was just freaking hysterical. And then there was a guy that came after him at 2 o'clock, Phil Henry, and he would do these voices, and he would do these whole phone calls with voices. But the one thing I remember about Phil Henry is that he was on the radio like during the whole OJ trial, right? So he advertised for like 3 or 4 days. They were going to have a free OJ rally under one of the underpasses over there by the Cloverleaf in Miami. So he advertised going to have a free OJ rally, and everybody got all pissed off because how could you want OJ free? How could you want him free? And then everybody showed up and they had a fucking orange juice for everybody for free. And it was a beautiful thing. It was a beautiful thing, man. Yeah, Phil Henry was beautiful. I have all his CDs, man. Absolutely. You hope Neil Young would remember a Southern Man Don't Need Him Around. Neil was the best radio. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Not named Dr. Demento, right? No, he did not do radio for the Panthers. No, he was just a radio talk show. He was a radio talk show host. It was AM radio, and it was, let me tell you, it was such a different world back then. And he could just go on, and he was gay. He was gay. And he could just go on and say anything about anything, and everybody thought it was funny. Nobody, he was Jewish, he was gay, and he would rank on Jewish people and gay people, and everybody just laughed. Everybody just laughed. There wasn't all this agita like there is now. All right, what's the update on Cookie? That's a good question, Canes. I had not heard anything, man. We haven't heard a thing. I think somebody had mentioned before they heard that the time frame was 3 to 4 months. But that might not have been Cookie. I haven't heard a thing, bud. All right, so Stu is back. The hope, and I'm just making this up in my head, Canes Cats. The hope is after the stupid Olympic break, and just don't even get me started about that, because that sucks. I hate that we're gonna be stopping the season in the middle of the season, and we're probably gonna be in first place. And what we got 3 weeks off, and then our best players are gonna go and play while other teams' best players are gonna sit and rest. I don't like it one bit. Yeah, man, you're feeling young again, talking about the golden age. Oh, man, we used to go to the same deli, too, man. I saw him a couple of times. I forget the name of the deli, but it was in Hallandale. God, I can't remember the name of that deli, but it was like like the real deal. It was like the real old-fashioned Jewish deli. And I met him in there a couple of times. All right, so a Hornquist hat trick incoming. Dude, Ethan, I hope you're right. I hope that the same thing is happening to him this year in the power play that happened last year. He's standing there in front of the net causing a havoc, causing a freaking ruckus, while meanwhile, Ekblad, Huberto, Barkov, and whoever the hell else is out there are passing the puck around, playing, ring around the rosy, and Hornquist can't get anything going because nobody will shoot the puck. So Beezer was gone. I wasn't sure on that, Stu. It was right there at the end. I had to remember which that all happened like at the same time, around the same time. Anyway, let's see. Many Panther players are going to be playing against each other during the Olympics. Home. That's where I want to see them. I want to see them all go. I'd rather rest and take rest for the playoffs. That's what I want to see. Panthers fan, I did not see the interview, but I saw the promotion of the interview. So I saw like the what do you call it? The title, the byline. I saw that, but I didn't see the actual interview. That's a good sign. That's a good sign. I really feel like he's gonna stay. We need to win a round, though. Absolutely. Stu, you still saying that the worst Panther trade is Luongo? Patrick, you keep lagging. All right, man. I appreciate that. Look, I'm gonna have this I'm getting the cord in next week. I just had to I had to measure how long I was going to need because I need a special length. All right, boy, I'm not going to lie to you guys. This migraine is kicking my ass. Now, let's go. All right, let's see. What's my favorite deli food? Oh man, what do you? Well, I guess it's technically a deli food. A Reuben, a Reuben. Give me a Reuben just dripping with the freaking Thousand Island dressing, and just dripping and moist. That's for me, man. Give me every time I go. Give me the Reuben. Give me the Reuben. Pastrami on rye with Russian dressing and coleslaw. Yep. There you go, Stu. There you go. You know what you're doing there. All right, let's see. Tim says our power play needs to move the puck. Teams are anticipating the pass and not opening up the lanes where Hagee does it and it works. Yeah. I don't know what the hell we have to do to get these guys to shoot the puck. They're moving it, and sometimes they're moving it pretty fast, but there's no sense in moving it fast if nobody's going to take a shot. And it just continues year after year after year. And at this point, you just want. They're certainly never. They certainly don't appear as though they're going to reach Tampa Bay Lightning power play status because they just refuse to shoot. It's just a bummer. Let's see. Jeff says a Cuban is better than a Reuben. Yeah, I don't know about that. I don't know about that one, Jeff. I don't know. It depends on where you're getting it. How about we get a Cuban and a Reuben and we each get half? That's actually what's best. And then we follow it up with some flan. As long as there's flan, I'm good. All right, let's see. Duty, thanks for coming out. Panthers prospect Elliot Ekmark scored his first goal for the season today and made the final camp. Oh, before World Juniors. Okay, cool. Very cool. Thank you for that update. Jeff, Barkov is not out for warm-ups. Bad Chipotle. I'm calling that right now. We can't have any of that action. That cannot happen. Whew. All right. Let's see. Stu says, Tim, you're right, but more importantly, we got to shoot from anywhere to keep shooting with Hornqvist in front of the net. Yeah. Look, we got to shoot the puck, and Stu, maybe we need to make a video about that because obviously Duclair watched our video and listened, and obviously Bobrovsky watched the video and listened. Everybody that we made a video about and how they should improve, they have improved in the ways that we suggested. So I think what we need to do is make a how the power play can improve video and force them to watch it somehow, and that'll fix that. Yeah, man, Barkov. Hopefully Barkov is we can't have any of that action. We cannot have any. I'm telling you, he's just got some bad. He had some bad tacos. He had some bad Chipotle. Maybe Trocheck was Barkov at lunch with Trocheck because maybe Trocheck put something in his food. Don't. Trocheck is Italian. He'll do that shit. Don't even play. All right. That can't happen. That can't happen. What do we do if that happens? What do we do if that happens? Who do we slot in? Let's think about that for a second here. Well, I think at that point, I say screw it. I say if Barkov is out, you put Lundell up there and leave the second line alone. You can't put Reinhardt up there. I don't think so. So I think if Barkov is out, you throw Lundell up there. There you go, Dominic. You got the right. We got it at the same time there. Not optimal. It's not optimal, but just somebody quick, please tell me when Barkov gets on the ice because that can't happen. That and not being on the ice for warm-ups means he didn't hurt himself in warm-ups. So I don't know. Maybe he had to make a phone call, right? Maybe he had to make a phone call. Maybe he had to take his cat to the vet or something like that. He'll be out there. Barkov will be out there. I'm predicting that. All right. Is Lombard again? Rather see him than Dolph? I think they sent Dolph back down, unless they called him back up. I think they sent him back down. He had that one game, and they sent him back. They sent him back, and that's when they brought up Mammon. I don't think he's. Yeah, Mammon is huge. I want to see Saron Noel and Mammon on the same line and watch the other team's reaction because those dudes are huge. But Mammon, he looks like a freaking like a defensive end out there, even bigger than that. All right, let's see. Don Barkov played all last game. Look at the cap. Right. There will be no records achieved today on our ice. Panthers winning 5-2 with an empty net goal. I'll take that. But I saw somebody tweet out that no matter who wins tonight, somebody is tying the record. And I guess that's because they're counting a 0 in the regulation losses. I guess that they're kind of counting it differently that way because, with the shootout and the overtime losses, the record, the 10-0 was back when they did ties. Anyway, I saw somebody tweet that out. It was a check mark. It was a media guy. And they said basically that no matter what happens tonight, somebody's going to tie the record. So that remains to be seen. All right, let's see what else we got here, guys. I'm fading a little bit. This migraine, I was hoping it would get better as we went, but it's getting worse. But that's okay. Yeah, you missed a Charia with Ryan Lombard. Where the hell is Lombard? Maybe Lombard he's not here because he's preparing to play 1C. We put Lombard up there with Verhaeghe and Duke. It's good. Put Lombard up there. No, you'd have to put Lundell up there. SoFlo, I've already had 1,500 milligrams. I had 1,500 milligrams before I came on, and it's not touching it. Every once in a while, I'll get one of these. I feel it in my eyes. That, SoFlo, is what I can't do that until after the recap. I used to do that, SoFlo. In the second period, while watching the game, 1, 2. And then when it came time for the freaking post game show, I would be like, well, 2 points. And I would just not be functional. And now I'm seeing what Jeff is typing and fuck. All right. Well, all right. We now have one center left out of the top 5 that we started the season. We have one center left, and that guy's name is Anton Lundell, and you have to move Lundell up to the top. Leave the second line how it is. Jesus. You put Lusterinen centering the third line. Move Vetrano up to that third line. And we are going to find out. We're going to find out just how good our coach is right about now. We are about to find out how good our coach is right about now. So, all right. So let's do this. Lundell with Verhaeghe and Duclair. Huberdeau with Reinhart and Tippett. We move up Lusterinen with Vetrano and Mammon. And what's left on the fourth line? Lusterinen at 1C for warm-ups. Nerful. Jeez. Woo! All right. Okay. I didn't. Well, you all are here when, okay. Shitballs. There we go. Verhaeghe, Lusterinen, Duclair, Huberdeau, Lundell, Tippett, Vetrano, Reinhart, Mammon, Lombard, Marchment, and Hornquist. That ain't that bad, except for the Barkov part. It's not that bad. I mean, we deep that fourth line. Boy, are we going to need some minutes from that fourth line tonight. Boy, are we going to need some minutes from that fourth line tonight. May as well just keep the stream going during the game. No, I got Matthias here, so he wants to watch the game on the TV. Holy crap. Well, okay. Yeah, Bart. Yep, Jake, thank you, bud. I appreciate you coming out. Barkov is out. Somebody posted the lines up atop. Looks like, great. The guy whose name I can't pronounce, I'm just going to call him E2. Look, he's played well. He's played well. The face-offs are going to be an issue. Knight's going to have to be insane. That's a really good point, Lewis. Jeez. So let's go with this. Our goalie, we're down to a one goalie, one center. You guys remember? Do you guys remember during the preseason when I started complaining that every game somebody was getting hurt? And I said, I hope that the injury bug doesn't get us because that's the only thing that could slow this team down. And you're saying, so Barkov is hurt, but he played all game against the Capitals. Well, yeah, Jake, my thoughts exactly. Jesus. All right. This, my friends, is why you bank the points when you can get them, right? So now, tonight, I still say we're going to win. Velejo, I appreciate you coming out, buddy. I appreciate that. It's Listerini, Lister N-E. I've been told something that I'm calling them E2. I'm just going to call him E2. It sounds better anyway. Right, Tim. Yeah, absolutely. It's not a playoff game to protect our players from any chance. Let's put it this way. What if we go out there and beat Carolina with our backup goaltender and one center? I'm just saying. We have one center that made this team. We have one center playing out there that actually made this team as a center. And that's Anton Lundell. Carolina with this team, just sign me up for the parade now. That can you take back your prediction? Canes 10-0 night pulled after one period and 8 goals. No, man. Knight's gonna do it. Knight's gonna do it for us. 16-15 Panthers in overtime. Jeez. Oh man. Well, I can't believe they put E2 up top. I would have, but they moved Lundell to the second line. Can we just call it? If you look at those lines, that second line's our top line tonight. I'm thinking. I'm just worried about face-offs. I'm going to look up something here real quick. I want to look and see what E2's face-off percentage has been. I'm looking that up, so just give me a second. Let's see. All right, is this going to give it to me? Yeah. Let's see. E2 is, oh, jeez. Is that what? Oh, crap. We're playing the Canes, and our top line center right now has a 36% face-off percentage. Yeah, Matthew Jean, Jesus is right. Yeah, his face-off percentage is 36%. What's Lundell? Come on. Lundell is 51.2. Why? I'm telling you, Lundell should be up top. That shouldn't even be close, guys. That shouldn't even be close. That's just that to me. That's a no-brainer. E2 is going to get destroyed in the circle. Jeez. All right. So now, of course, we have to start hoping that Barkov isn't too hurt. But if he can't go tonight, if he's legit saying I can't go tonight, he's got to be pretty well. He's got to be pretty well hurt. Well, we got a nice head start to the season. What do we got? 19 out of the first 20 points. Sounds like we're going to need it. And Tim, yeah. To me, the Lundell, Huberdeau, Bennett, Lundell, Huberdeau, Tippett line, that's got to be our top line tonight. I mean, if you wanted to classify them at this point, that's your top line. No disrespect to Verhaeghe and Duke, but if you're going by who the better center is, that's our top line right now. Send it to Vegas, $500. Well, yeah. Jeez. Anybody else? Could we just do this now? Okay, wait a second. Blessing in disguise. Blessing in disguise here. All right? Hear me out. Just hear me out. Barkov has a lower body injury. Okay? It's kind of nagging here and there. It means he decides to skip the Olympics and get healthy and stay and get rested rather than go to the Olympics. How you guys feel about that? How are we feeling about that? Huh? How you guys like that one? I mean, we got to turn it somehow. So it'll be just this little nagging thing that nags him, but then he gets 3 weeks off in February to go get healthy instead of going and playing. Yeah, Stu, we've been having a party with that. Yeah, I know. They put E2. They put E2, Stu, with Verhaeghe and Duke. But we're all of the consensus here that the Lundell line, because they put Lundell with Huberdeau and Tippett. And that's got to be the top line because E2's faceoff percentage is 36%, and Lundell's is 51%. So you're going to see a lot of Lundell tonight. And then who's centering that third line? Yeah, Tim, exactly. We are going to need that fourth line. And I can't believe Barkov is missing this game. I cannot. Yeah, we still got Duke. We've still got a hell of a deep team. Let's not joke. But at some point, we got to stop getting hurt. You know what I mean? At some point, enough is enough. Enough is enough. Jeez. Biggest game of the year so far. And now, Spencer Knight, like we talked about. Absolutely, Spencer Knight's going to absolutely have to be lights out tonight. The Stu says, you think you remember when Barkov got hurt, he got checked and looked like he labored getting to the bench. Vallejo, yeah, man. Jake, yeah, Jake, that happened when the fourth line got all disheveled. He wasn't taking that many minutes as earlier on in the season. And then because that Thornton Vetrano Hornquist line was eating some minutes. They were actually playing pretty well. And since then, since that line got taken apart because of Thornton's injury, Barkov's been playing a lot of minutes. Absolutely. Right, Stu, and then he played the rest of the game. Yeah. Chris, yeah, we're gonna need somebody to step up. It's gonna have to be Spencer Knight. We're gonna have to have that fourth line. Absolutely. Everybody's going to have to play their balls off tonight. We got still good guys on the ice. Look, nobody wants to lose Alexander Barkov, but we still got a hell of a lot of good players out there, and they're going to be playing a lot hard. I still feel good. I feel like this team. Are you guys buying it? Oh, man. Well, look, a lot of that second line, a lot of that fourth line, I'm a little bit concerned about E2 being up there at the top. But This is going to be one of those games, like I said, we're going to find out how good our coach is now, because really now, it's really going to have to be watching those line matchups. Absolutely going to have to be watching those line matchups. This is going to be interesting. Brunette is not getting dealt a happy hand here. Okay, a week ago, this guy was the assistant coach with a Hall of Fame coach as the regular coach. All he had to do was come in. There was a fine oiled machine. And all of a sudden now he's the head coach of a team that with cup aspirations after a massive controversy. And every game he's coached, he's losing players, his best players, left and right. So I kind of feel for Brunette a little bit, man. He is getting it handed to him on a silver platter. If he's eating hardship for dinner, he's eating it. All right, let's see. Yeah, Dominic, man, we need playoff Spencer. Absolutely. He's going to have to be lights out. He's absolutely going to have to be lights out. And then Stu, yeah, Uyghur, Forsling, defenseman. No dicking around. At least we get Gudis back. At least we have our regular 6 defenseman, because this one, I mean, that Barkov's had what, like, how many goals does he have now? He's had a couple of games where he's had 2 goals, and he's really been driving that top line. The top line's been playing so damn good. I just wonder. I mean, the team is doing a good job of not telling us about injuries, that's for sure. But if he didn't come out for warm-ups, damn. And then we played Monday and Tuesday. So yeah, you had 7 goals for Barkov, right? Rock and Ray, yeah, no, I agree with you. But look, I'll look at it this way. At this point, Ray, we have one center that's playing that made this team as a center. We have one guy, and that's Lundell. Everybody else, Reinhardt made the team, but not as a center. E2, nope. Who the hell's center in the 4th line at this point? Fluffy? Who the hell's center? So we got one guy out there. So if we can beat Carolina with our backup goalie and basically 1.5 centers, if we can beat Carolina with this roster with half of the team injured, then we got something for sure there. Right, Jeff. That's what I'm hoping. That's what I'm hoping. Peyton, Fluffy he's in the other room. He's tired because it's nice and it's been cold outside. So when it's cold, he's outside barking and running and playing and doing all the things that doggies do. So sometimes he comes in the house. He's pretty wiped out. Okay, Stu. Yeah, I'll see you. We got a couple of minutes left here too. All right, guys. Well, I just bumped the mic. Let me make sure I didn't unbump it. Everything's still good? Everything's still good. Okay. All right. 4-3 Panthers. 4-3 Panthers. Screw it. We're going to say E2 is going to get a couple goals. E2 is going to do a Barkov impression tonight. E2 is going to do a Barkov impression. This way. We got guys that can score. We just need our defense to do good. Last night, it wasn't on Spencer, the breakaway, and the other couple go. We let off the gas. Yeah. Yeah, Jeff, it's under 10 minutes. So if anybody has any football, I got like 3 minutes before I gotta start running down there. I didn't realize football was still being played. 4-2 Kane, SoFlo, yeah. Hopefully Spencer doesn't give up 4. Hopefully that 4th is an empty net if it goes down that way. We need a good game out of Spencer Knight. Long term, everything else set aside, we need Knight to play well for his confidence level. Barkov will be back. Bennett will be back. Everybody will be back at some point. But we need Spencer Knight confident. We need to know that, something happens to Bob. He needs to know. He needs to know that if something happens to Bob, that he still, has it. So, Vallejo, yeah, Spence probably is. It may be good. It may be time for him to start feeling some nerves a little bit, because he's always so cool and collective and everything like that. And saying I approach everything the same. he might want to start approaching things a little bit. This just not going to be an easy game. It's not going to be an easy game. All right, guys, I'm going to run downstairs, get the TV going. I got to get the dog fed. I appreciate everybody showing up. Barkov will be back. Well, Peyton, what do I think the Dolphins should do? Clean house. Everybody needs to go. Everybody needs to go. The team is playing with absolutely no heart, no emotion, going through the motions completely. No will to win, no desire. They need to clean house completely, 100%. Will Ross do that? Who knows? That's what our problem has been. You get rid of the GM, but not the coach. You get rid of the coach, not the GM. Everybody needs to go. Like everybody that's touched the team in the last 20 years, just go and get all new people. That's what I think they should do. All right, guys. 4-3 Panthers coming up. E2 with 2 goals. And Barkov will be back next week. All right. I appreciate y'all showing up. I'll see you guys with the recap after the game.